Greetings, colleagues learners. Welcome to this explainer. Today, as an expert in Indigenous Knowledge Systems, or IKS, I am demonstrating how traditional African tools incorporate fundamental principles of mechanical systems and control. Now, rather than kicking things off with a bunch of abstract theory, we're just going to dive right into the action. It's incredibly easy to view engineering as a strictly modern concept, right? But the truth is, the foundational mechanics we teach today were actually utilized and perfected by indigenous communities a very, very long time ago.
This brilliantly illustrates our academic mandate. UNISA's Transformation Charter literally requires us to actively infuse African epistemologies into our formal curriculum. So when we teach the technology syllabus, we aren't just ticking off scientific facts, we are showing learners that their heritage is incredibly rich with advanced technical problem solving.
Okay, let's move right into Section 1, looking at Tool 1, the mortar and pestle.
Here I have a traditional mortar and pestle. Communities have used this simple yet genius tool for generations to grind maize, herbs, and pigments. Mechanically, it functions as a highly effective impact force multiplier and a class lever, effortlessly transforming human effort into a concentrated, powerful force. Let's break down the movement. When the user grips the upper shaft of the pestle, the wrist serves as a pivot point. The potential energy from lifting the pestle converts directly into kinetic energy upon impact, crushing the material against the heavy base. It's just a seamless, beautiful transfer of energy.
In our mechanical systems lesson, learners use this exact tool to calculate mechanical advantage, impact force distribution, and material displacement. I mean, what better way to examine the relationship between load, effort, and pivot distance than with a physical tool they recognize instantly? It takes the math off the chalkboard and puts it right into their hands.
The mortar and pestle is just a phenomenal real-world case study of a first-class lever. By analyzing how the wrist acts as the fulcrum right there between the effort and the load, we prove that these communities were practically applying advanced physics long before formal textbooks even existed.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Tool 2, the bow drill.
Our second indigenous tool is the bow drill, historically used for starter friction fires and bead-making hole creation. Notice its mechanism here. We have a string wrapped around a vertical spindle, which is attached to a horizontal bow. As I move the bow back and forth in a linear motion, the friction on the string turns the vertical spindle rapidly in a rotary motion.
You are literally seeing one form of motion transformed into another right in front of you. This converts linear reciprocating motion into rotary motion. And actually, that is a foundational mechanism in modern mechanical engines and drill presses. It's the exact same principle.
Now for Section 3, let's talk about linking this to the CAPS curriculum.
Let's see how this directly serves your yearly teaching plan. The curriculum explicitly demands that learners investigate simple mechanisms, calculate mechanical advantage using ratios, and understand the conversion of motion. Crucially, it also mandates integrating indigenous technology and examining its societal impact. So making these tools the ultimate vehicle for your lessons is a total no-brainer. Ultimately, integrating IKS demonstrates to learners that modern mechanical engineering relies heavily on principles perfected by indigenous communities long ago. Using these physical tools grounds abstract, sometimes confusing concepts in real, tangible history. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this challenge. How will you integrate indigenous knowledge systems into your own problem-solving and teaching? How are you going to bring these ancient master-level engineering concepts into your modern classroom? By bridging this gap, you will absolutely inspire the next generation of technologists by showing them the true genius of their own history. Thanks so much for joining me today.